Hey, what's up guys? I just got in this air conditioning compressor bracket setup for an LS series conversion that you guys might be doing, same as me here. This one's currently a 98 Silverado 5.3. We use the old transmission out of this the truck, and it caused a little bit of problems, but that's not what the video is going to be about today. I wanted to show you guys what I've got going on here. This is what you're going to get when you order the bracket from Dirty Dingo. Nicely packaged setup here. Get a couple brackets that's going to work with both the R4 compressor and the sanden compressor, and then you'll have a nice little tensioner that comes with the kit too. Pretty nice kit. I've already installed one in my personal truck. I'm getting ready to just show you guys how easy it is to go in. And you're going to need just a few tools. Let me bring you guys over here again so I can show you. This is an 8mm Allen and a 5.5, an 11/16 open end combination wrench, and a 15. Kind of a mixed bag of metric and standard there, but it's okay. It's all good. It's still a great kit, and a lot of these tools you guys should have already doing this kind of work. So let's get this thing. We got to take the tensioner off of here. Looks like I'm losing my parts here. Here's where an open end comes in handy. The last 15 down below. Okay. So factory tensioner out of the way. See if I can pick up my parts from, they're all falling all over the place here. Okay guys, so in the bag you're going to have, essentially you're going to have two of these spacers. Actually you're going to have three of them. They're marked A, and then you have three spacers that are marked B. They're all kind of put in these little compartments so that you guys don't get confused there on how to put this together, but it's really easy. Go ahead and get through this here. We're going to start off with the back bracket, the rear bracket. Okay. And then we'll start off with a couple of these A's spacers. You want to start off with these chamfered bolts with a spacer on the back, and same thing here. Let's see if you guys can see this. Chamfered bolts there. Alright, let's see. This is going to go in here. Let me jump around the camera here. Let's actually take that off. This is going to take the 5.5 to tighten this down. And I don't recommend really tightening it, just kind of loosen, or actually these actually got to go in tight here. But before you thread this all the way down, I would take the other A spacer just kind of set it in spot. Otherwise you're going to be fighting to get it in and trying to loosen it at the same time. So I just take out the remaining A spacer and just kind of set it in place. So you're going to put this right here, and then you're going to have a B spacer here. So I'm going to get through this and try to tighten this. Looks like it's getting a little tight, but I didn't tap the hole there, so it's probably just full of junk. It's going to take me a few seconds here to get through this. And that's not a 5.5. Let me check and see what that is. See if it's a 6. 6 might fit a little more snug. And it's a 6. So I apologize, it's wrong information there. Felt a little loose. I apologize about the... I'll go ahead and edit this out of the video so you guys can see a little quicker how this goes. These bolts apparently are fighting some dirt and grease and whatever's in that hole. It's not too tight or it's causing me a problem. Okay, getting there. You've got a bunch of stuff hanging around, your shroud and your battery and your reservoir and all that stuff. It's probably a lot easier if you get to this step before you start installing all that. Alright, this is getting nice and snug there, where I'm just going to drop this little guy in here. And it's the third hole here where once you tighten these two bolts, it's going to kind of squeeze that in place. Well, at least it was kind of tight on my truck. It's not on this one. So if it's tight, before you tighten it all the way down, before you snug it down, put that other A right in on the back side of that hole. It's not that bad on this one, so we'll go ahead and skip that step. Go ahead and get to the front bracket here. I'll just have to say, this packaging that all these parts come in is real nice, and you're not going to have any damaged parts or anything like that. So, and it's got a nice finish to the brushed aluminum there. It's good finish. So we're going to start off here with this hole here, and if you see, actually it's this one here. Nope, it's not that one either. Where are we here? That's not right. Alright, so if we're going to be like this... Oh, here we go. So one right above, or right next to the Dirty Dingo sign there. I'm going to put our B spacer. And we're going to put it in this hole here with the A behind it. Okay. Let's see what we've got next here. Now this will be the 8mm. I really should have tapped these holes. Not offering too much resistance there, but it definitely could be easier than this. Okay, so now we move on to the other chamfered bolts here. They're also marked as A. It's the next little package here. These are also going to be the 6mm. And if you notice, I didn't really tighten that a whole lot. So we're going to go again. It's B. Go down here. Now this set of bolts and spacers is going to go strictly between the two plates. You're not bolting to the block. So after these are kind of snug, I would say go ahead and tighten them off. Doing. It's pretty easy. Now Brent sells these sanden compressors. You can do the R4 compressors. I don't like the R4. I use that on my own personal truck, and I've had problems with that ever since I put it in. So just wanted to plug these guys in right here. Brent's pretty close to me, but these guys are a lot closer, and they let me borrow one of these compressors. Turns out I know somebody over there. And anyway, let's get this. This is a Japanese compressor. It might not be as good as the sanden, but we're going to use that for now. I haven't used one of these, but we're going to see how this turns out here. Anyway. Yeah, that's clearly not going to work. So we're going to have to skip that because the bolts don't line up. So we're going to get this other sanden. Here's a true sanden. Huh. Okay. It's the same bolt pattern, and they're not matching up. Oh, I see. Spacers in the kit. Well, that makes complete sense. So, spacer C. Thanks, Brent. All right. Let's move on with this here. Guess I should have looked at the entire kit. Sweet. So, I'm gonna start off with these that don't have any spacers and tie on the front end of this compressor. There's one. And rather than have you guys watch me put all these bolts in place, I'll just go ahead and show you how this goes on here and just end the video there. Now you have an idea of what this bracket's going to look like on your truck. Again, this kit's completely compatible with R4 and sanding. I'm going to have preference to the sanden. This isn't the sanden, but it's a sanden model. It's the same setup. I've used sanden in other cars and they're very quiet. The R4 can be really noisy, and I'm actually going to have to convert my white truck to from R4 to sanden, and it's basically the same setup as we got going on here. But there you go. That's what that looks like, guys. So it's a pretty nice kit. And oh, actually, let's get through the tensioner here. I'm not done. Actually, almost missing the best part of the whole kit here. All right, so we're gonna hit this this idler pulley here, and it's in its own little bag. So we'll start here with, let's see, we'll take out these two washers, have them separate. Looks like that idler pulley doesn't have a direction. Looks like it's the same, so we're gonna put that this spacer right here in place, and then we're going to put the bolt with just one washer there in front, and then we still have another spacer with another washer. Actually, this spacer is going to have to go back here too, so we'll do it that way. Tighten this one down here, and then basically this is a locking, because this is actually threading into the bracket, but Brent had this going on the back, so I'm not going to torque any of this down. Just want you guys to see what's going on here. And let's see, let's see what I do with my tensioner. Just a second ago, fell down here in a dark spot where I can't see it. There goes the hardware. Cool. Alright, so nice and rugged tensioner here. It's very strong, and it's straightforward here. You have a spacer on one side. Just make sure that that's facing the bracket, and just drop her in place. Really has no way of getting lost there. You have the two little nubs there that are going to fit into the bracket, and then the other one's the bolt hole. Just line that up, and then bolt with washer. And there we go. Now it's finished. At least it's a good idea of what you're going to have going on there. Cool. Thanks for watching, guys.